All right, Dan and Jenna, you were both on the call today with Josh Allen. Dan, your impressions of how he's doing?
Oh, he's doing great. He seems like he's handling things well out there in California. The one thing he did say, he's training with Jesse Palmer. The one thing that has, adjusted because of the coronavirus with his workouts is that he doesn't have really anybody to throw to. So he's kind of doing spot throws, throwing into nets. So that's changed a little bit, but he says he's working out in his garage. He's just like everybody else of us.
And jumping off of that, he mentioned the fact that he's so happy there's the stability within the Bills this year coming back. He has the same coordinator, same head coach, same offensive line. And he says because of that, obviously the addition of Stefon Diggs will be huge for him. But it's a guy who's played in the NFL and has that experience. So Josh really talked about how much of a luxury he called it to have that much stability within the team.
Now, you mentioned Diggs, and the idea of he's got a number one wide receiver. It was Brandon Beane, who we talked to yesterday, who went out and got him. Listen to him talking about why he made that deal and not having a first-round pick.
You guys know I love draft picks, and that was not easy for me to part with a first-round pick. But at the same time, I view this as our first-round pick, and I thought it was good for the value of getting a guy like Stefon.
So he got his guy, really his first-round pick. But Jenna, not having a first-round pick for Beane is something I don't think we expected coming into this draft.
No, definitely not. Considering he's a guy that we know loves to be up early in the draft, trading up, trying to get after as many guys as he can. But I think it's interesting for him to say, this is our first round draft pick. They have a guy that's been tested within the NFL. They know what they're getting. And that's not to mean that in a couple weeks from now, they won't try and make a package to move back up into the draft.
Yeah, there are a lot of good pieces out there that if somebody's available at 30 to maybe 40, I can see Brandon Beane, using some of his 7 picks to move back up. This is a deep roster, and if they bring in or draft 7 guys, they're probably not all going to make the roster. So maybe he moves up, maybe uses 2 picks to get up late in the first round, earlier in the second round to get his guy.